By developing supportive contexts, your service might find that young people you previously didn't reach are now more engaged in your organisation. Programs that are more inclusive of sexualities, genders, cultures and ethnicities can help young people fit in. Through youth participation in planning, implementing and evaluating of programs, your service will become more relevant to young people and achieve organisational goals. Every community is unique, and by understanding the lived experiences, common hardships and needs of the individuals who access your service, you can work more collaboratively to achieve successful outcomes. We'd like you to think a little bit about your service and how it develops a supportive environment where young people are encouraged to participate. In a moment, you'll hear 3 different scenarios where young people interact with your service. From the perspective of your role within your service, for example as a youth worker, a project officer, a health promoter, or whatever else you do, brainstorm and discuss how you could help support this young person.
This is George. He is 16 years old and has been attending your drop-in centre for more than 8 months. He is extremely engaged and always assisting others.
I've really enjoyed learning about the sex ed stuff, and I feel like I've learned a lot. Ever since I'm learning about this, more of my friends are coming up to me to get information about STIs, pregnancy, but they're also asking me questions about sexuality, relationships, consent, and so much more. I feel like the more my friends get comfortable talking to me about this stuff, the harder the questions get. Sometimes I don't know what to say to them, and I don't even know what the answers are, but I don't want to let my friends down.
Pause the video if you'd like some time to process this scenario and brainstorm or discuss it. Some key points raised by participants at our live Creating Safe Spaces workshop were ensuring George knows that it wasn't just his responsibility to help educate all his friends, that your service should support George in seeking more sexual health information. You may need to refer him to another, more appropriate service. And finally, encourage George to bring his friends to your service so you can address their questions directly. Did you reach a similar conclusion? If you have more to add, comment below. This is Grace. She is 19. She wants to know if your service can provide any sexual health or bloodborne virus information that is culturally appropriate.
I really want to learn about sexual health and stuff because all my friends are dating and they seem to know more than me, so I'm embarrassed to ask them. I can't really talk to my cousins because we're all from the same culture and we're not meant to know anything until we're married. On top of that, my parents are also religious, and if I ask them, I'm sure they'll think I'm an embarrassment to the community because I know too much. But I'm 19 and that's old, right? So I'm wondering if your service has some programs I could join that won't be too confronting and are mindful of my culture because I want to bring my cousins as well.
Pause the video if you'd like some time to process this scenario and brainstorm or discuss it. Some key points that participants in our live Creating Safe Spaces raised were ensure your workplace is culturally competent through internal workplace development trainings. Ensure your policies and guidelines are inclusive and reflect this training. Make your service appear welcoming and visibly inclusive of diversity. Address the myths and misconceptions around sexual health in a sensitive and culturally appropriate manner.
This is Bethany. She's 17. Bethany is still trying to figure out her sexuality. She's made an appointment with you to find out more information about same-sex attraction and sexuality.
So, this is kind of weird for me, but I went to a sexual health presentation the other week and noticed that all the examples were heterosexual people, and I was kind of wondering where I could get information if I'm not heterosexual. Do you know where I could find any of this information? I'm confused and I'm still trying to figure out who I am, so I don't really want to ask my friends and family because they'll just make a huge drama out of it, and I really don't want that.
Pause the video if you'd like some time to process this scenario and brainstorm or discuss it. Some key points raised by participants at our live Creating Safe Spaces workshop were show Bethany all the services available for LGBTI young people and how she can access them. Support her through this referral process. Ensure that your resources, workshops and presentations are inclusive of diverse sexualities and genders. And finally, Staff should continually participate in professional development. Did you reach a similar conclusion? Comment below if you have more to add. Thank you for watching our Creating Safe Spaces, Supportive Context and Youth Participation module. Please navigate to our next video, Creating Safe Spaces, Workforce Development and Organisational Management module.